Okay, so to review, we've acknowledged that the brain is separated into two hemispheres, a right and left hemisphere. And from those hemispheres, we have 5 lobes, or typically also known as 4 lobes of the brain. Now, these are created from sulci and gyri. And so you can see those in both of our images that are posted below through these grooves and deep lines. So the sulci, or fissures, are the grooves, and the gyri are the bumps that can be seen on the surface of the brain. So more of the bumps, these things, are the gyri, and the sulcus are more of what separates them. So the sulcus is a shallower groove that is surrounded by a gyrus. A fissure is a large furrow that divides the brain into lobes and hemispheres, just like I stated. Where we have the longitudinal fissure. A few important landmarks. So if you look closely, we have a central sulcus and then a lateral sulcus. So these separate the lobes. So the lateral sulcus separates the temporal from the frontal, and then the central sulcus separates basically the front from the back. Now we have some gyri that are also important to notice. So we have the precentral gyrus, which is this orange one right here, and that's located on the surface and the posterior frontal lobe. It's the site of the primary motor cortex, or also known as the motor strip, and it controls voluntary movements, just like we spoke before, how the frontal lobe is involved in a lot of voluntary movements, such as skeletal muscles, cell bodies of pyramidal tracts that are found on the gyrus. Next, we have the post-central gyrus, so that's this brown one right here, and that's located on the lateral parietal lobe. So this is the parietal lobe, it's located on the lateral side. And it's the primary somatosensory cortex, and it's the primary receptor of general body sensation. So here is where you'll feel more sensations like touch, temperature, and then this one is motor, so that's more voluntary movement. So those are the 2 important gyri to know, and they're separated by the central sulcus.